Today I want to go. Oh my goodness, I'm talking faster than I can process this morning. Hey, today's exciting day in sniper history. Bortac sniper made a hit at 275 yards. The suspect ended up becoming unalived. I guess that's a new word I have to use on YouTube before I get demonetized. So look, I just reached out to one of our snipers, instructors, sniper mentors, and he said that 275 yards is not the longest sniper shot. It's 514. That occurred in 2009, and that was in the state of Maine, and that person ended up surviving. So right now I'm not sure, he probably is sure, but I'm not sure if this is the longest unalive in police sniper history. Most police sniper engagements are 20, I think it's between 25 yards and 50 yards, and the longest is maybe 75 yards, like on a typical basis. But to reach 275 yards it's really unheard of. So a little bit of backstory. I don't know why this didn't make the news. Maybe no one's interested. Maybe it doesn't hit the proper narrative. Anyhow, in the mountains of Otay Mesa, you have the border, the Mexican border that's nearby, and you have a history of migrants being robbed at gunpoint. Call them migrants or whatever you want. Anyhow, they are victims of crimes in the United States. They're coming over and they're getting robbed at gunpoint for all of their money, because obviously they need to pay the polleros a certain amount of cash in order to go to their next destination. So they're getting robbed at gunpoint. So this Bortac, and I'm pretty sure that they run an observer sniper team. They're 275 yards away conducting overwatch duties. So I'm probably thinking that there's somebody with a pair of binoculars from Bortac that's observing what's going on, and then he sees a suspect approach the migrants, point a firearm at them or a handgun, rack the slide back. This is at 275 yards. Rack the slide back, and then point the gun at the victims. So he ended up taking a shot, and on impact nails him, and that's it. One shot, one unalive. I don't know, maybe making history for Bortac. If you don't know what Bortac is or who they are, they're basically they're a national SWAT team. They're a full-time SWAT team, and they're basically the special operations version of the military in the civilian world. They deploy all over the place. I believe that they've even went to other countries to train with other snipers. They train with the elite SWAT teams elite operators out there, like the SEAL teams, the Delta Force, and most of their time involves training. I met with some of them recently, the actual commander, and what they're doing is most of the time is they're training. They're training for that moment. So, guys, I don't know if this was the longest hit, or the longest unalive in sniper history for police-related engagements. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to come close to it. If you know the longest sniper hit that ended in an unalive, let me know. I'm interested in hearing. So we do know that the longest shot, which was a hit, was 514 yards in 2009 in the state of Maine, but the person ended up living. So this is interesting. Now, for those of you who are in private security, wondering, maybe you should be doing something like this. No. You don't. Look, it's not a good idea to work in private security and engage somebody at 275 yards. It's not a good idea. Okay. First off, well, if you're in California, most likely, I mean, they changed what you can carry now for private security. You can't have a 308. You can't have your 6.5 Creedmoor. You can't have 5.56 anymore. So you're stuck with your traditional pistol calibers like a 9mm 45. You're telling me that you're gonna get your Ruger PC and make a shot and make a hit actually at 275 yards? Guys, it's not, especially California, that I don't think it's been very realistic. The farther you are from the threat, the more justification that you need. Let me say that again. The farther you are away from the threat, the more justification you need. If somebody's pointing a gun at you at 275 yards, I mean, I can make an argument on why I took the shot, but somebody else might have a viable argument on why I should not take the shot, even if they're pointing it at you. And then the question is, are they pointing an airsoft at you? Is it a BB gun? I mean, that Bortac sniper and his spotter buddy, they took a huge risk. I mean, in California, the Attorney General's office would love to prosecute you for something like this if you make a mistake. So, I mean, what is it? And then if it was an airsoft, is this something that was justified? I mean, you gotta look at the optics of the situation. I would say probably yes. If you're private security and you do this, and it was a mistake, was it worth it? Are you even on your property? On your property at 275 yards? And some of you might be saying, yes, I protect the marijuana grow. Okay. You probably do, but if you're in California, those are not authorized anymore. It's still gray area. It's not a gray area anymore. It was a gray area. It actually is a gray area if you can have a pistol caliber rifle. And then the next question is, a shot at 275 yards. I mean, the point of aim at 275 yards is, I'm exaggerating if I say the sky, but if you're like 300 yards away or around 275 at your traditional range, you're probably aiming at like above the berm. Most likely you are. Okay. And guys, 275 yards is not a difficult shot to take, as long as you have great glass, a great scope. You have a great scope, most modern day rifles will get you to 300 yards to 275 yards. Doug is here. Welcome, Doug, my firearms instructor. Not mine, but he's yours. Doug says, I think Jerry Michalik made a longer practice shot with a revolver. It's on YouTube, but it was practice. Yeah, no, come on, guys. That's Jerry. That's Jerry, the guy that says get some at the end. Yeah, but Jerry didn't shoot at nobody. He didn't unalive anybody. W. Murphy says 275 with airsoft. No, it's a rifle rated caliber, not airsoft. All right, guys. That's all I got today. Make sure you guys watch this video to its entirety, and then only the article. This is crazy. Kenny says we mortals will never be Jerry. Nope.